introduction, and thank you for inviting me back this evening. The first selection I have for you is kind of an interactive piece. It's a stream of consciousness poem that I wrote last week, and it was a trippy experience. It was the first time I ever did a guided meditation. So, you know, if you want to close your eyes, sink down in the chair, relax, you know, just get in that meditative, you know, state, by all means. Just pretend that I'm reading this in like the voice of like Terry Gross or like another like NPR, like, if you could. It's entitled Group Meditation. Begin by becoming aware of your breath. Breathe deep through the nose. Holding the breath, exhale through your mouth. Feel your chakras at peace. Feel your body at peace. We are entering a garden. Smell the flowers. See the waterfall. It flows into a crystal top pool. Step onto the pool. Enter the Crystal Palace. Wait, is this the Jedi Temple? In the palace are your 3 ascension guides. I had to be doing something wrong. Hulk Hogan, Obi-Wan, Spider-Man? Go further into the palace, you will find your spirit animal. Holy shit, Batman is my spirit animal. This next selection, Batman was my spirit animal. You know, it was a trippy experience. They asked me how it went, and they were like, "Oh, what'd you see?" And I was like, "Did you go to the Crystal Palace?" Is what they asked, and I said, "I went to the Jedi Temple." I'm trying not to be a dick and not to make fun of this, but they had crystals lined on the floor too. It was like a healing meditation thing, and I was like, "All right, I'm gonna go back next Friday." It was a good way to de-stress. So.
See, I thought we were playing Pokemon Go.
Possibly. I mean, you can crack out your phones. Go for it. Is there a Pikachu on my head? This next selection is it's an original by my grandfather. I was 12 when I first started to write, and about 2 weeks after I put pen to paper and wrote down my first poem, I found out that my grandfather was a poet. I found out during his eulogy, and he actually wrote this while he was a POW, a prisoner of war camp in World War II. So I'd like to read something of his to kind of keep that connection that we have as poets alive. It's a piece entitled A Lovely Hand. Last night I held a lovely hand, a hand so soft and neat. I thought my heart would burst for joy, so wildly did it beat. No other hand unto my heart could greater solace bring than that dear hand I held last night. 4 aces and a king. It was one of the more lighter ones that I found through his journal, but I really like that. It was nice and short and sweet, and I guess that's where I get my wit from. This next selection I wrote a couple weeks back. I was waiting for a friend to meet me up for lunch, and I was sitting on Public Square in Wilkes-Barre. I don't know how many of you are familiar with Wilkes-Barre, but let's just say I sat there and I was inspired, or maybe disillusioned might be a better word, but I'll let the piece speak for itself. It's entitled Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, King Cole. Beauty and the grit that industry has left stalwarts my town. The hope of its return, an albatross upon its neck. Breathe deep the fear of progress, choking back the coal dust, fermenting in the stagnant air. Thank you. My next selection this evening, I wrote taking the advice of a creative writing teacher I had in college. She said if you ever get into a deep level of writer's block, take your notepad, take your pen, and go to your favorite watering hole and see what flows out. And this happened. It's entitled Backwoods, Backwards, Northeastern Pennsylvania Bar. Barroom philosophers and intellectual types get drunk on politics, espousing profound soliloquies. Build the fucking wall. Just get off your lazy ass and find a job. Fuck those welfare queens with big screens. My guns, my country, my freedom. Women with painted on faces rebuff flirtations from boys with sprayed on charm. Music stales the air of skunk beer and mildewed liquor, erupting with the thuds and duds of superficiality. The cook smiles with his crooked teeth dragging in his poisonous air, while the bartender feigns interest in the philosophers for a few extra bucks. Thank you. This next one was the hardest one for me to write. It's kind of the culmination of all the tragedies that have surrounded us. It's not in response to one. And there have been several, if you look back through the weeks, the months, the years, the decades, and they've been kind of encompassing my, just rage and my feeling. So I'm just gonna get into it. It's entitled Death Machines. Hold close your death machines, churning out victims in theaters, churches, nightclubs, schools. Hold close, so close, it ties itself to your freedom. Hold close your death machines. Lobbyists stock political coffers while coffins stack city streets. Hold close, so close, to pry them from your cold dead hands. Hold close to your liberty, so entwined with human destruction. Hold close to your fear. Hold close to your George Zimmerman vigilante justice. Hold close your death machines. Sales skyrocket with death tolls. Candlelit vigil tears don't wash away the blood stains.